Hello everyone and welcome to my CS24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Curse of Oak Island. Team discovers potential hoard of new treasures in the swamp. This week on The Curse of Oak Island, the team continued unearthing the new stone roadway located in the swamp, which they hope leads to the treasure. Not only do they hope the roadway leads to the money pit, but they also expect that in excavating the structure, they'll uncover lots of ancient lost treasures that were left behind. They also found 2 iron spikes, 2 stunning old artifacts from the 1700s that appeared almost identical, but were located on different parts of the island. But this week, the guys were mostly busy excavating the mystifying stone structure they've discovered in the swamp. The team is becoming increasingly convinced that it's a roadway, which they hope was used to transport treasure from a wharf at the swamp to the money pit. As usual, the guys enlisted the expertise of Billy Gerhardt to help excavate the feature out of the swampy mud. And it does look like it might be heading in the direction of Lot 15, which is where the team recently uncovered an old pine tar kiln and also where there might be a tunnel entrance. Roadway is a brand new discovery where no one has dug before. The guys are particularly intrigued with this find as it's a brand new discovery. There is no record of the roadway in any of the previous searcher records. Therefore, Gary Drayton was understandably eager to take his metal detector where no one has gone before. And it didn't take Gary long to unearth something. He found another old coin, which he guessed was from the late 17th century or the early 18th. It's not the first time the guys have found coins in the swamp area. Fingers crossed it won't be the last. Meanwhile, a few of the guys were working on the ongoing project of sifting through the dirt and debris from the deep drilling done last season while searching for the money pit. At the time, they hit a large quantity of wood that was dated back to the early 1700s, meaning it was pre-searcher era, and they are still finding artifacts amongst the debris. The team find old spikes from the 1700s. This week, team member Michael John uncovered an old rose head spike, which the guys thought might have been used in constructing tunnels in the early 1700s, i.e. depositor tunnels. At approximately the same time, Gary was at the recently discovered Serpent Mound with his metal detector, and in an extraordinary coincidence, he unearthed a similar spike. Both of the spikes were sent off to Dr. Christa Brousseau for analysis, and she confirmed that they were from before 1790 and that it was highly likely they were made by the same blacksmith. This piqued historian Doug Crowell's interest. As he pointed out, it shows a connection between the money pit and the Serpent's Mound. The dates indicate that the spikes and the mound feature were likely used by people depositing treasure. Marty Lagina wondered if the Serpent's Mound was the result of spoils left behind from an already raided money pit. Let's hope not, or if it is, then let's hope they left some treasure behind. The latest episode of The Curse of Oak Island delivered exactly the kind of heart-pounding, history-tinged drama that has kept fans glued to their screens for over a decade. This time, the focal point wasn't the money pit or the garden shaft. It was the enigmatic swamp, that murky stretch of water and reeds which has stubbornly guarded its secrets since the earliest days of the search. And now, the swamp may finally be giving up something extraordinary, a potential hoard of long-lost treasures. From the moment the team set foot on the island that morning, there was a buzz in the air. Marty Lagina, ever the cautious optimist, looked across the rippling surface of the swamp and remarked that something about this place just doesn't want to stay hidden anymore. Rick Lagina, on the other hand, seemed to feel the weight of history more than ever, his gaze fixed on the spot where they planned to dig, as if sensing the ghosts of whoever placed these items centuries ago. For weeks leading up to this day, the swamp had been slowly draining under the team's guidance. Pumps worked day and night, siphoning water away and revealing layers of sediment and debris that hadn't seen sunlight in centuries. Geoscans had hinted at a cluster of anomalies, dense, metallic signatures that didn't match any known shipwreck parts already catalogued by the team. By mid-morning, the crew's machinery had cleared enough muck to reveal a cluster of timbers, each carefully notched and fitted together. It didn't appear to be the random wreckage of a storm. It looked deliberate. Gary Drayton, metal detector in hand, waded into the soft, sucking mud with enthusiasm of a man who knows he's standing at the edge of history. The first signal came within minutes. A high-pitched tone from Gary's detector was followed by the unmistakable sound of his excited call. "We've got something massive here, guys!" After careful digging, Jack Begley and Scott Barlow helped lift a heavy, mud-caked object from the ground. At first glance, it appeared to be a chest hinge, intricately worked with a design that bore resemblance to 16th century Portuguese or Spanish craftsmanship. The team gathered around as Laird Niven, their resident archaeologist, gently rinsed the object in a tub of clear water. As the mud washed away, the intricate engravings of a compass rose and interwoven rope pattern emerged, suggesting a seafaring origin. Rick immediately connected the find to long-held theories of early European expeditions depositing valuables on Oak Island, possibly as part of a concealed treasure cache. But the swamp wasn't finished revealing its secrets. Not 20 minutes later, another strong reading prompted Gary to dig only a few feet away. This time, the discovery was even more dramatic. A cluster of gold-colored coins fused together by centuries of corrosion. The coins were heavy and thick, possibly gold doubloons or escudos. Although their surfaces were encrusted, faint details of a crowned shield and Latin inscriptions were visible under the grime. Marty's eyes widened. He knew they had to get these to an expert immediately for dating and verification. As the finds piled up, the excitement became electric. A rusted blade, possibly a ceremonial dagger, emerged from the muck. Fragments of a small wooden box with ornate brass fittings were recovered, hinting that the swamp might have once been the site of a deliberate burial of valuables. Craig Tester, always the numbers man, pointed out the unusual pattern. All these items were found within a 30-foot radius. If this was a hoard, it had likely been placed intentionally rather than lost by accident. He speculated that a ship might have been deliberately scuttled or dismantled here to conceal its cargo, using the swamp's natural cover as a vault.